Greetings so much for comic book readers out there, Mike from Frontline here, and welcome everybody to my comic review. In this review, I'll be reviewing an all new, all different Marvel comic book, and as you can tell by the title and the shirt I'm wearing, that would be The Punisher, issue number 13. And this right here is the Mary Jane Watson variant cover. I mean, it's a really cool cover. I mean, my brother got it for me, so I thought that this was an awesome cover. And as every Punisher book, there is a disclaimer that's parental advisory, not for kids. And even though it doesn't say it on here, if you look on this corner right here, it says parental advisory right there. So this book is still not for kids because, like in every other Punisher book, there is blood and gore. So that I will not show when I show the artwork, so just be aware of that. But this is Jump On friendly. This is a brand new story. And oh boy, what a story this was. And I'll get to that while I'm reviewing this book. So it starts off in Brooklyn, New York, my hometown, where we have these kids who are walking around with this new device called a Stitch. And there's a man that they see hanging from a lamppost that said, "Ask me about the body I dumped." And then we get good old Punisher, who goes back to his lair. And he took like a little bit of vacation because his gun is missing. And there's some artwork, by the way, which is pretty good artwork, I must say. And with the camera, he finds out who took his gun. So what he does is that he goes out on an investigation and talks to the boy who was at his house. And he found him from his Facebook. And he said that he sold the gun to Benny's pawn shop. You know, P-A-W-N shop. And he said that he needed money to buy a Stitch, which is why he sold the gun. And the Punisher is like talking really nice to him, like instead of being all hard on him, he like tells him that he should find a part-time job so that way he can have money to get what he wants, as well as you know, never doing it again, because it's wrong to go to somebody's house and take some without permission. So with that, he promises him that he will never do anything wrong like that again and get a part-time job. So then he goes to the shop and he asks Benny about the gun, and he said that he already sold it to somebody else already, and he needs the address for that. So it's really just him going around like saying, "Where's his gun?" And I'm like saying, am I reading The Punisher or am I reading Law and Order of something else? I mean, because this was kind of really something different for me for reading the Punisher books. So he goes to this woman's house, and she said that her wallet was stolen and everything else. And he wanted to talk to this guy called Casey, who he wanted to talk to the most. So he gets into these thugs with a fight, and he kills one of them, but then leaves the other one captive in the trunk. So he goes to the apartment where Casey is, and we see him having an argument with his wife. And there's just like lots of stuff that's going on there where the Punisher is fighting against Casey. And the thing is that the gun that the woman had, she actually gives it to him to shoot, and then the Punisher's like saying, you know, just go ahead and give it to him. He's too much of a coward to pull the trigger. But when he pulled the trigger, it backfired, and his whole hand went bye-bye. So he was handless, and that was like, ouch. That's definitely going to leave a mark. And he said that it was rigged to backfire if I'm not the one shooting it. So that was pretty smart, the Punisher, to actually think that when anyone has his gun and everything. And, yeah, so he just drove off at the end, and yeah. And that's really the end of the book. And also, in memory of Rich Buckler, for those of you who knew who Rich Buckler was. They had a memoriam in here. And this is the next preview cover of The Punisher, issue number 14. So, after reading this book, it was kind of a little bit of a new direction that I really was a little meh with this book. So, the best rating that I'm going to give this book is at least between a 3.5 to 4 out of 5. The story was okay. I mean, it's like the Punisher saying, did you take my gun? Did you? And then going around like Law and Order. I mean, the artwork was great, so that's kind of why I'm not giving it a lower rating. But, I mean, maybe the next story will be better. I don't know, but I hope the Punisher's not going down that route because I love reading the Punisher comic books, but I don't know, maybe it was just to take a break away from the story that they did, but up to you guys really if you want to pick this up. But I mean, I recommend if you're a Punisher fan like I am, and if not, then you won't, but up to you guys. But with that, everybody, that is my comic review of The Punisher, issue number 13. Before I go, do not forget to check out these sources of comicfrontline.com, zonefulpodcast.com, and the YouTube game channel Frontline Gaming Zone, the #1 source for comic and game-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Click that subscribe button so be in the subscription box. You won't miss out on any videos that we upload daily. And feel free to leave the comments below of The Punisher issue number 13. Do you have the same thoughts as I do or different? Opinions always welcome. Do you have any questions you want to ask about this comic book or anything else in general? Please leave in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to get back to you guys. That is as soon as I can. So it's all with you comic book readers out there. Mike Confront saying take care, and as always, don't forget to keep watching. Later, everybody.